guys, it's Heather from Here She Grows, and as you can see, I'm in my vegetable garden again, working on the next stage. So what is this, part 3 of my veggie garden glow up, and it's edging time. So I'm really excited to get this edger in because I've had an edger that's been pretty subpar, but it worked for the time being. So this is what I had, and I think it's recycled, maybe recycled tire stuff. But what happens is I'm in zone 5, I'm in zone 5B, southwest suburbs of Chicago, and this stuff heaves out of the ground and it just looks pretty ugly. So I am really excited to get this out of here. And I've partnered with the Edgerite company. So if you're not familiar with Edgerite, it's Cor-ten steel. So these are the pieces I'm putting in, and it looks pretty aggressive. I mean, sharp edges and everything. So you're gonna wanna wear gloves with this when you're installing this. But I already did half of this job because I wanted to get it installed before, or start installing it before I shared with you how to do it, so I could show you the easiest possible way to accomplish it. So what the beauty of the Cor-ten steel is, you pound this stuff in. It's about 6 inches, I think it's a 6-inch width that I have and 4-foot length. So you pound it in about 3 inches. It's got really sharp edges. Let me grab this piece again. You can see the edging here. So you pound this stuff in and it forms this really neat edge for your whatever you're using it for. And I'm using it in my vegetable garden, and I'm going to use it to contain the surface that I'm going to be dropping in. So next week I will be dropping in paver base, and I'll be compressing it, and then on top of that I'll be putting pea gravel. But in order to contain all of that, I need something to hold it all in. So the Cor-ten steel from Edgerite basically checked that box for me in a very elegant, easy to install sort of way. So I'm going to show you how I install it. They talk about how easy it is. It really is truly simple to do. A couple things you want to make sure you have. You want to wear gloves, goggles if you have them, a sledge for sure, and let's see, piece of wood. You want a 2x4 because you don't want to pound the steel directly in. You'll dent it obviously. So you want to use this to go on top of the steel and pound the wood and not touch the steel with your sledge. And then a kneeler, so to protect your knees or knee pads if you've got them. And you're gonna wanna have a hose handy. I've got really dead soil, not had a lot of rain until last night. That's why I closed up yesterday as I was doing part of the installation. If you've got really dense soil, it makes it very difficult to pound anything in the ground. So I noticed that by using some water on it, have your hose ready, spray down the area that you're going to install, and it makes it that much simpler. And one of the things, make your trench, or just cut a slit with the edging piece, or edging tool, I don't know what you're for it, with your edging tool, get in there before you do the installation and step it into the ground so that you're already making a preformed path for it. It just simplifies things, makes it that much quicker, and it really is a fast process. But this edger is really going to come in handy because my vegetable garden is on a slope, and if I don't have something to contain it, all of that pea gravel is just going to wash away. I've got a sewer there behind the camera. All the pea gravel will wash through the fence and into my neighbor's yard. It will all be for naught. So we're going to get the steel in place so that we can get the surface down in the next week, and we can move on from there. So let me give you a little walkthrough, show you what it looks like, and then we'll go through the process of installing these 4-foot lengths. All right, so here is the entrance to the veggie garden. Those are my raised beds there. But this is the section that I did yesterday, and I got this entry piece in, and it's an 8-inch depth piece, or deep. So I pounded in about 4 inches, which leaves me another 4 inches to work with, so I can get my paver base in, about 2 inches of that, and an inch or two of pea gravel. So what's nice is it comes with these corner caps too, so you can connect these two pieces. You're just pounding them in. It holds it, so if you have a little gap between these two pieces, the corner pieces will hold them together, and it just keeps everything nice and solid. And then as you're going along, you'll have these connectors here too, these single connectors for the 2 panels. So your kit will come with all of that. So like over here, as I'm rounding this curve, so there's some curvature here. So I'm just going to continue along here, and you can see this is where I left off here. I'm going to continue along. I've got to work behind my compost bin. That's going to be lifted too. I got to empty that. It's full. But take it through here. And then here's that remaining piece of edger that I had. And you can see it comes out really easy. And okay, it's out. So that's done. And I want to take out the grass in here also. I'll lift some of this grass out so I can edge in all the way around. And then I've got the sewer here too. So I'm going to be working around a few things, but it should go pretty quickly. And we got rain last night, so the ground is much softer than it was yesterday when I was doing this. So I'll just keep the hose ready and I will install the rest of the pieces. And this is where the connector piece comes in really handy. Can connect these two pieces and it makes for a seamless run. And they slip easily over the pieces here. Just kind of push it down. Nice. I have to get my compost bin out of here, and I completely forgot that I zip tied some rodent screen to the bottom of this when I put this in 2 years ago to prevent all the chipmunks and everything from burrowing underneath it. So I've got to cut that free of it, and then I'm going to lift this, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the contents because it's filled to the top. So a little forethought would have been good, but I'll figure it out. So let me get at it. Every critter is going to find its way to this compost heap right now. I mean, oh gosh, look at that. So I've got other raised beds that are going to go in here, and I'm going to use that to fill also. But it's kind of cool looking. It looks like a cake. All right, I'm going to work some another strip behind this. But what's really cool about edge right is you can also overlap them. So the pieces, you don't have to go 4 feet and then space another 4 feet. You don't have to cut it. You can overlap the pieces however much you need to, and that's what those reinforcements, those connector strips are for. You can connect them, so maybe you're overlapping them a couple feet. You can do like this and then put a connector in each one, and you've got a connected piece, and you don't have to cut. So it just makes it that much simpler for the DIYer. And also, it won't always stay this color. So I left this out last night, it rained. So it will develop a rusted patina, completely natural, completely normal. And I really like that look. So it will not always look charcoal color. It'll have this rusted color to it. It's steel, so. Well guys, mission accomplished, and it was a piece of cake. And if you've ever wrestled with those spools of plastic edger that you have to let warm up in the sun and they still don't space out, still don't do the trick for you, and they're just a pain, this was nothing like that. It was really easy to install. Overall, it probably took me about 2.5 hours to install all of it. And it's a small space, but it was really easy. And the trick was softening the soil with a little bit of water and making a little bit of an indent in the ground with your edging tool, just to give it a track to fit into. And once you get it in there, it is really easy, and it really goes fast. So I can't recommend Edge Right enough. It's super simple for the DIYer, and with a beautiful, very clean look to it. And I can't wait to get the surface in now. So now it's on to paver base and pea gravel, and then I can add my additional compost. I'm stuck on compost because I don't know what I'm going to do with that pile, that compost cake back there. But sometimes I should have I feel like I should have thought things through a little bit better, what I'm going to do with that, but whatever. It's finished. It looks great. And now we're on to the next, I'll be on to the next step next week. So thanks for watching, guys, and happy gardening.